for coming out today to honor the Gales Creek School, also known as the Jenny Raines Building, on its 100th anniversary. The Historic Properties Recognition Committee was formed in August of 2019 and have managed to plaque 18 homes since then. This is our first school plaque presentation, and the goal is to keep placing plaques and recognizing historic buildings for future generations to understand the value of the wonderful structures and the need for preservation. So I'd like to introduce Dave Parker, Superintendent of Forest Grove School District, Kate Grandusky, Chair of the Forest Grove School District Board, and our very own Joyce Sauber, who requested the plaque and did the research and work to bring this day about. So here is the drum roll. Da 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 da. Okay, so I am going to present this in the middle. Okay, got you do it later. Would you like to share the history, Joyce, of the 100-year-old school?
Gales Creek School District 30 was established and received its number in 1849. This modern two-room school building, built in 1921, replaced the one-room schoolhouse that sat at the west end of the 1-acre school grounds. The builder is unknown. 1 acre of land was donated to Gales Creek School District 30 by Seville W. Eiler and Carolyn Lee Eiler. This acre was from a parcel of land Mrs. Eiler had inherited from her father Philemon Lee's land claim, number 4576 SEP claim. The two-room school building held the 1st through 8th grade classes until 1949, when a much larger building was built at the north. The younger grades were moved into the new building, while the 7th and 8th grade students remained at the two-room school. In 1956, 2 classrooms were added to the larger building, and the 7th and 8th grades moved to the new rooms. The two-room building was then used for special classes, music, science, and other events. In 1966, a room was built in its basement to use as a kindergarten, which both my daughters attended in that first kindergarten room. In 1950, this building was dedicated as the Jenny Raines Building. Jenny Hoodenpile Raines retired that year after having taught many years at Gales Creek School. Since our Gales Creek Elementary School was closed in 2010, the building has been used as storage with what was originally the lower elementary classroom, which is now a museum. The museum was created by Joyce Sauber with items shared at the Gales Creek School's 150-year celebration in 2009. Joanne Day Smidlin and Nancy Van Loo, along with parents of former students, have contributed photographs and historic items for the school museum. This two-room school building, built in 1921, holds so many special memories of past and present Gales Creek Valley residents. It is an honor to bring recognition to the schoolhouse that has played such an important part to the community of Gales Creek. Go ahead, Jim.
Gales Creek School, 1921. On behalf of this committee representing the Friends of Historic Forest Grove, we would like to present this book, which contains the early history of the Gales Creek School, built in 1921, early photographs and other history available to the research committee. To all who have attended this school or are connected to the Gales Creek community, we are honored to recognize a 100-year anniversary of this historic building.
And this book contains pictures of the first school building that was on here, the map of the school grounds of the city of Gales Creek, pictures of students from the past, some letters if any of you went to school in this building. I would like you to write me a little story. There are some stories from past students in here. It will continue to grow.
Just so everybody knows too, Joyce and Jim put together another booklet to have down at the old train station as well. The old train station is open by appointment only right now, because of COVID. But if you know of somebody that says, darn, I wish I would have gone or something like that, just put a little bug in their ear that we will have another one of these wonderful booklets down there at the old train station.
Here, for all those that come from Forest Grove, and this is usually what we do in Forest Grove, you guys have your early pioneers, Harvey Clark, Tabitha Brown, A.T. Smith, and it goes on. Gales Creek has Joseph Gale. We were in the early 1800s, Gales City, then renamed Gales Creek. Sometime in the late 1800s, there is Gales Peak and the stream that goes through our community, Gales Creek. Joseph Gale had a home and a grist mill in the Watts community on what is now Stringtown Road. So we also have our nice early pioneer here, along with many other families. Old Wilson River Road, which runs right beside us here, was the stagecoach road from Portland to Tillamook for years and years, until our highways went through. Gales Creek in the mid-1800s until the late 1940s was a small country community with many large buildings and dozens of houses. The only remaining buildings right now is the church and the little white house next to it from the 1800s. I think the one across the street where the nursery was also is one of those houses. You can't see it anymore, but it's there. So these are the only three remaining in our community. There were dozens of houses, and these are the only ones that remain now. Many of our farmers and loggers had worked in the shipyards in Portland during the Second World War, as did the ladies. They found they could make more money working outside of our community to support their families. So life changed in the 1940s for Gales Creek. There were dozens of houses up and down our valley here, and now on one road that had 14 houses now has 3. So that's a perfect example. And there were like 3 or 4 houses all along here by the school, and out here a big building across. So it's changed a lot. We little by little over the years became a much less populated area. However, the school still remains. Welcome. It's my privilege. I am a 4th generation Gales Creek resident. My family came here in 1864. So, and I have lived here most of my 86 years, 8 years gone to school and so on, but I've lived in my present house for 60 years. So Gales Creek is very, very special to me and the families here. So enjoy and learn history about our little neighborhood. Thank you.